It was said, this is simple, but it's complicated, and it's all a matter of looking up, they say.
Hi everybody, welcome to the Lousy Lesbian. Last week I spoke about stereotyping and stereotypes, how they are grounded in a culture and learned from your parents, family, friends, school and the media. When you grow up in a culture, you can't escape the existing stereotypes. They will influence you, how you think about others and in comparison about yourself. This week I will discuss the influence of stereotypes and stereotyping on the self. As I touched upon briefly last week, stereotyping is pointing out somebody as other. They are different from us. They behave in a different way. They look different. They are different from who we are and what our beliefs are. A lot of the time they are seen as less than us, as inferior. When you grow up in a society where stereotypes about gay people flourish, you learn that they are different. But maybe you even learn that they are bad or sinful, or you don't learn anything about it at all because homosexuality remains unspoken. And if you realize you're different, that you don't fall in love with the opposite sex, how can you gain self-respect and a positive self-image? Of course, not everybody will gain a negative self-image, but stereotypes will always influence the way you think about yourself. For example, first I was just Marike, but then I became a lesbian as well, a lousy one. For me, my sexuality is not important. It doesn't define who I am. It's part of me, I'm proud of it, but it doesn't form the whole of me. With this I have to add, I haven't been in a long-term relationship, so I haven't been confronted with being gay as that much. And yeah, it's different for everybody. Some people will identify as gay more. With those people, being gay will be a larger part of who they are. The self is influenced by the other. We think other people think about us in a certain way. And how they think about us is very important because we want the love and approval of our social group. We are social animals who want to belong. And rejection is dangerous because we want to fit in. We want to belong to a group. And if our original group rejects the way we are feeling, we have to find people who don't. That's why a lot of LGBTQ people form their own groups with their own rules and norms. You see how stereotypes are born? And even if you don't find other gay friends or support, you will feel the need to behave according to this new identity, like the stereotype. The influence of deviating from the norm is often underestimated. People who don't belong to a minority can easily dismiss the difficulties that go with it. But how can an adolescent male who hears his comrades talking about faggots all the time in a negative way escape the feeling there is something wrong with gay men? Stereotyping doesn't occur every day, all day, but when it does, it's hardly ever questioned or denied by the people hearing them. Even if we don't agree, we don't always say something. But leaving the stereotype unquestioned makes it become more true. And people start to think it's generally accepted. The other is placed outside the norm and can only exist within the frame created by the dominant group. Gay people should act according to the heterosexual norm, and if they don't, their behavior is said to be extreme or overdone. As long as homosexuals behave within the heterosexual norm, homosexuality is tolerated. People who are made other are pushed into an identity which hurts them. They want to think good about themselves, but are confronted with the bad ideas the dominant group has about them. When someone is made other, they are forced to see themselves as other. Their idea of self is influenced by the dominant group. And it's very difficult not to see themselves through the eyes of others. So in an ideal society, people would stop judging and leave prejudice and stereotyping behind. But that would also mean they would have to let go of their dominance. I won't see that happen soon. Unfortunately, it seems people need an enemy to define who they are and to feel good about themselves. So I think the only thing you could try is to make up your own mind about yourself. Do you feel bad about yourself, about who you are? Do you? Or is your feeling of discomfort coming from others? I know it's difficult not to care about others' opinions, but we have to try. And it's count for all areas, not only sexuality. It's the only way we can be authentic. And by being authentic, we can show the world there are a lot of different ways to live your life and love. I hope this video will help you understand the process a little more. If you have questions or remarks, please leave them in the comments. I will be happy to answer them. So, thank you for watching. I hope to see you next week. Have a good week. Goodbye.